That's what set up the idea for the song. That was the inspiration.
Did lots of your songs come that way, just something that simple?
Well, some kind of source or some kind of trigger. I've got a song that I've been working on for Robin, and it's called The End of the Rainbow. It's all about time. Today is tomorrow, winters are summers, and the end of the rainbow is here, you know? So whatever you're searching for, you found.
Be happy with where you are.
And I always said to Rob and Mo, you know, the dream came true. Stop, sit down and enjoy it.
No matter how you look at it, the Bee Gees' success was colossal. But for all the joy, equal measures of pain.
My greatest regret is that every brother I've lost was in a moment when we were not getting on. And so I had to live with that. Yeah. I'm the last man standing.
You all right?
Yeah. I'll never be able to understand that because I'm the eldest.
I want to take you back because I think people don't realise that you weren't born with silver spoons in your mouth.
No.
You really were pretty poor.
Well, yeah, that's the right word. We were from Manchester and we had no fear.
Looking for a better life, the Gibb family became 10-pound poms, settling in Redcliffe, north of Brisbane, in 1958.
So I think growing up in Australia, there is nothing like it. And that's my country. That's where my heart is. That's where my heart is.
You guys knew you wanted to be stars.
Yeah, we wanted to be famous more than anything. You're dealing with the older brother and two twins who were very close, although they weren't alike. You know,
it almost felt like you were triplets.
Well, Morris's stock joke was that we're actually triplets and Barry's deformed. So it was always funny, you know. And that's how we always looked at each other. There was nothing serious about anything we were doing, and we never stopped laughing. We used to have tin cans on brushes, you know, on Mum's sweeping brush, and pretend that was a microphone, you know. And that's how it started.
Explain to me why you guys had to leave Australia.
Ambition.
In London, they were picked up by the management team behind the Beatles. Legendary promoter Robert Stigwood launched their first single anonymously.
Robert put it out in America for radio, but he didn't tell anybody who it was. And I think the trick for him was to make everyone think it was the Beatles.
Is it true that the song Massachusetts, not only could you not spell it, but you'd never been there?
No, we did go there, though.
Afterwards?
It was about flower power because, you know, everyone went through that phrase. Massachusetts was our way of saying flower power is an era of itself, in itself, and it will pass. And you better go home.
And the lights all went out in Massachusetts. And Massachusetts is one place I have seen. I think your dad said to you to always smile on stage when you were young.
I was standing at the back of the audience here. Tell Robin. But Dad was very undemonstrative. He couldn't show his emotions.
So he never praised you?
No. He would, you know, you'd see the look in his face. That was good.
Yeah.
That's all right.
And that helped to drive you on, didn't it?
Yeah, because you're probably looking for acceptance all the time, and if you get that too easily, you don't work for it.
In 1969, Robin left the band. But 2 years later, they reunited, and by the mid-70s had rediscovered their mojo. They moved to Miami as disco erupted.
And then the world really exploded for you.
Yeah, and we became, we were in a bubble, you know. You're in it, but you can't see it. So you're in the eye of a storm.
What's that like when people are clambering over your cars? There's thousands of people wherever you go.
It's great, isn't it?
I don't know, it's never happened to me.
No, hold it. It would be nice if we could find a bigger sound for that solo.
Great.
Bigger, rounder.
right? Yeah, just like that. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, let's do it again. Second half of the chorus, but bring that sound in. That's great. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's usually melody first, and then a few days later we'll sit down and do the lyrics, because it's nice to let something ferment, let it find its way into your head, and let it stay there, and then you do the lyrics, and you make the lyrics fit the melody.
Got to a point where you weren't in the charts, you were the charts.
We had 5 in the top 10, and at one point as a writer, I had 3 songs in the top 5, all by different artists.
You've worked with some of the most incredible artists in the world. Is Barbra Streisand the most intimidating of all of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Downright scary.
Oh boy, yeah, I love her,
Yeah.
but she scares me.
Why is she scary? Does she yell at you or something?
No, she's angry. She gets angry. She's happy and angry and happy and angry.
You, of course, had the falsetto.
Yeah.
Tell me about discovering that falsetto.
Well, it's a long story.
How do you do it? How do you...
Well, you change. You just go from that to that.
Did you...
And you start singing. That scream led me to doing whole songs like that. So, and then everyone got carried away because it worked so well that Robin would say, "Oh no, sing this song, because we're having smash hits, we're having hit records. We're 6 number 1s in a row with that sound." Robin wanted success more than anything, and that's what made Robin tick.
You have said that you never want to feel success because then you'll stop trying.
Yeah.
Is that why you think you've been able to keep your humility? Because...
Stay on the ground.
Yeah.
Don't believe any of it, because everything passes no matter what, And what have we witnessed in the past 10 years? How everything really does pass.
On a drive to Miami Beach, Barry is thinking a lot about the old days, about his good friend Michael Jackson.
I had a great relationship with Michael. We had some amazing moments. He would always say, things like, watch out, Barry. Barry, they want your music. They're trying to get my music. It's all right, Michael.
What do you think your greatest achievement is?
My family, my children, my grandchildren. Because that's real.
Hello.
Well, g'day.
G'day, mate. I'm
How are
Ronnie.
you?
How are you? Lovely
Nice
to
to meet
meet
you.
you.
Hello,
You
sir.
bet.
Where'd you get that?
Playing games.
So
I told you.
You put up with this man for 45 years.
I have indeed.
How do you manage to have one of the longest marriages in show business?
We don't really know, actually. We don't really know.
I guess we keep laughing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
As close as Barry is to his wife Linda, the relationship with his brothers was a deep and unbreakable bond.
Nobody really ever knew what the 3 of us felt or what the 3 of us thought about each other. Only the 3 of us knew. It was such a unifying thing. The 3 of us became like one person. We all had the same dream, and that's what I remember more than anything else, and that's what I miss more than anything else.
Robin died 4 months ago. Morris, or Mo as Barry calls him, died in 2003. Andy, who was 12 years younger than Barry and a successful solo artist, died in 1988.
What happened with Andy was always abstract. The medical story is that his heart was very bad, but he had lived a lifestyle that very few of us in the family even knew about. So, what would you call it? The LA lifestyle.
Yeah.
You don't have to look too far.
Yeah. Why do you think that happened to Andy when the 3 of you, to a large extent, avoided that depth of...
We never avoided it. We all fell over at certain points.
It has been a bloody tough year for you.
It's actually been a bloody tough decade. Since I guess losing Mo, it's 10 years. We lost Mo in 48 hours, from being perfectly, spirited, normal guy, as wacky as he always was, to suddenly becoming gravely ill, and we just lost him. The situation with Rob was different because I always felt something was wrong with Rob, and if something's really wrong with you, you don't want everyone to know.
So Robin didn't even tell you until
No.
late in the piece.
Even now, those closest to him will say it was something else. There's a lot of not wanting to say what it is, you know. Cancer is cancer, you know.
Barry, Gib, and your young brothers. Now, come on, who are you? Which is which? You're twins, eh?
I'm Robin.
Robin?
Morris.
And Morris. Now, you all seem together, eh?
That's right.
And your brother, Barry, plays. Now, come on up. Come on up here. That's right. On up through there.
You can't watch it? No, it's too hard. Is it because it makes you sad or because...
No, it just makes me emotional.
Yeah, how special they were. You all right?
Yeah.
Are you feeling the loss of them so dearly now?
Yeah, for a long time. The only way I can actually deal with it is through music.
When you see that, do you remember those
Of course I do.
first...
Yeah, we loved it. That's why we did it. That's why we did it, you know. We knew it sounded great, you know. We just knew, and that was our path, and there was no other path. So we loved the sound of each other's voices. And can we take a pause?
Yeah, sure, certainly. Have a moment. Do you want some water?
Yeah, look.
It's that video, isn't it? Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's
Okay.
okay. Hey, listen. It's
Sorry, I don't know.
no, not at all, love. Because that hasn't happened before.
You've never cried?
No.
Oh, Barry, I'm so sorry.
That's all right, darling. That's all right. That's life, isn't it? You know. But that hadn't happened. My greatest regret is that every brother I've lost was in a moment when we were not getting on, and so I had to live with that, you know. And I'll spend my life reflecting on that. Is that we were you know, there were many times we had conflicts, but this was it was just really distressing that every time one of them passed, it was during a moment when we weren't getting on. I see a lot of sides to life now that I didn't see before, and I don't know why, but I'm the last man standing. So I'll never be able to understand that because I'm the eldest. So don't try to understand it. You know, don't try to understand it. Just keep moving.
That's Scarborough. That's the house.
Barry is returning to tour Australia in February. He'll be sharing his music, home movies and stories, including his colourful childhood in Redcliffe.
Right about here, the three of us stood together and decided that we would never break the law again.
Really?
Joining him in Miami is the Mayor of Moreton Bay region, Alan Sutherland.
And my speech to them was, we're either going to end up as criminals or we're going to end up being famous. We have to decide now.
Well, that's a changing moment on the Redcliffe jetty for the Bee
It
Gees.
certainly was. And I remember having a penknife that I just nicked from Woolworths, and I threw it in the water.
Really?
And I never stole another thing in my life.
Next year, in Redcliffe, a walkway will be named in honour of the Bee Gees.
What are you doing?
A model of what's going to be a lot larger.
There'll also be a life-sized statue.
This must be a bit overwhelming.
The whole day has been a little overwhelming for me. Today was the first time I'd actually accepted the fact that all my brothers are gone. And that was tough. But I have to thank you for that, because that hasn't happened. That hadn't happened until today. And because it was totally unacceptable to me, you know?
That Robin had passed.
Yeah, that all of them are gone, you know?
When you get up on the stage in Australia, will your brothers be alongside
They'll be
you?
on stage with me, yeah. We just didn't agree on everything, and that's the way life was. But boy, did we have some fun. My God. From here on, I got the memories, and I've been able to unload a lot of those emotions today. I didn't know what would happen, because I hadn't done an interview since I lost Rob, you know. Thank you so much, Rita.